Previously on our vintage camper remodel, we patched up the holes and leaks on the outside, cleaned and reinstalled all the windows, and finished up installing the new panels on the inside. Now we have a blank slate to start the rebuild. When we were redoing the back window here, we realized that it's missing two pieces. So this piece right here, there's 4 of these that go all the way around the edges, and we're missing one here and one on the other side. With the extra piece of aluminum that we had from patching the holes, Nick made this. How cool is that? Pretty close to all the other ones. Here's the in progress for the other side. That one scrap piece of aluminum has really come in handy, huh?
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not bad.
We are going to start framing out for the bed. For the most part, we are keeping the layout the same because I really loved that layout. But there's one little change that we're making, and that is the bed area. So we are actually going to bring the bed out a little bit so that we can fit a full-size bed in here. For the amount that Nick and I are planning to use this trailer, we just thought having a full-size bed would really be so much more comfortable. And so we're going to bump the bed out and also raise the bed up so that we have a little bit more storage under the bed. And then in doing that, the kitchen area is going to be about 3 inches smaller, and so will this dresser area that was here. It had 2 doors that opened. And so we're going to make that a little bit smaller and then just have 1 door that opens there. I think this one's good.
Come on, move it on. Let's say it, baby.
46 3/4.
Sweet honey. Let's take it real slow.
Ooh, that's a good fit.
Baby, take it too long.
13.
We got what you need, honey. Come and move along. Come on. Rolling on the highway. Here we go. Wow. Come on and move along. Come on. Said babe. I said
Having fun?
Like my 100th pocket hole. But yeah, I do kind of like it. This is gonna be plenty of space for 2 people. We are putting this paneling up, and then when you access this storage from inside the trailer, you'll see the paneling, and then it will kind of separate the back and the front. Definitely not as good as Nick at this thing. Look at all this sweat. It is a high of 108 today, but we are gonna get this bed done. Gotta put some plywood on here, and we're gonna build a little opening up top so you can access it from the top and the side. And then this will be done and we'll keep moving on. So I think things are gonna start to move really quickly, but we're building it up pretty solid, or at least more solid than it was. And that's another benefit of us having the truck now is we don't have to worry so much about the weight of the trailer. Of course, you know, we want it to be light, but we don't have to stress as much as we would have if it was gonna be towed with my old car. The truck that we have now is more than capable of towing this, and so we don't have to stress too much about that. So we use 2x4s here, and it's gonna be a really solid base for the bed. Probably gonna break for lunch right now, cool down, take a break, hydrate, and then go get some plywood, come back and finish up this bed.
Hope you don't fall through.
Whew, it's hot. Oh my God, it's like laying on a hot stone. I mean, the mattress is gonna come up a few inches, so we're gonna be kind of close to the window, but we figured it'd be nicer to have more storage down here. It's kind of a bummer these windows aren't a little bit higher. That would have been...
Well, and we had to frame above the wiring.
Yeah.
So we either had to come up or lose bed space and build a little wall on that side.
Which is how
on
it
the back.
was. There was like a couple inches of kind of wasted space. So we've reclaimed it.
And then I just sleep right under here, like this. And this is my bed. And then Amanda gets
Good
everything
night.
up there.
And then I shut
And then you
in
close the
little
door.
cupboards, and then I just go sleep up here. I need a lot of space when I sleep, you know? And he likes it down there. My body's shutting down the heat.
It's hot.
Got a big old hole in here now. We have a little door. It looks so good though, huh? This is nice. If we need to fit bigger things down here, this spot is a lot smaller to slide things into, so that'll be good. We still need to put holes in the plywood, which we'll do probably later on to aerate things.
The end.
That's it.
Snack break?
Yeah.
The streets feel alive. We're mixed with life. Don't stop on down. And leisure's back. And it's never coming down. We're invincible.
I was cleaning out under the trailer to make sure I got all the handles off this stuff, and I did see a big like web in there, so I was kind of careful as I was pulling stuff out, and there is a black widow.
So we drive to the show and we shout to the and it's never coming down. We're invincible.
Raining. After the bed, we had a good routine down for the benches. I drilled pretty much all the pocket holes, and then Nick assembled everything. Making sure everything was level and square was tricky because this trailer is not really symmetrical. There was a lot of measuring and problem solving, but they turned out so good. Fixing this little lock. Finally. You open it when it's like this, right?
I don't know.
So you'd want it to be on this way.
Okay.
And then when you turn it, you lock it, right?
Get in there.
Oh, all right. Turn it up. Okay, open it. Does that feel like it works?
I think so.
Just gotta tighten that down. Ow! Oh my god, that's hot! I think I'm stuck. New little lock thing. It's pretty good. A lot better than it was. Gotta fix that. Sure, there was a much easier way to do this. 22 3/8 wide, 17 1/4. This piece could work. But any of these pieces I think would be long enough and tall enough. So we can reuse some of this. 3/8. Slowly get more comfortable with this thing. Okay, moment of truth. And that's a pretty nice fit. One down, many to go. For this piece, we saved this from the demo so that we could trace this angle here and make this a little easier on ourselves. Ooh!
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. So excited. Such a good idea you had to save that little template.
I'm full of good ideas.
Ah.
Bench.
Yeah.
Storage.
So where are the hinges gonna go?
Probably like here.
We brought a fan.
Fine.
We are going to finish up the benches right here. But this is a scrap piece of wood that we just tested the router with to see if we like the edge, because the edge on the bench is pretty sharp, and so we're just going to round it slightly. You probably can't even tell. Just smooth that out a little bit and then install the hinges and the bench will be done. We just cut this to put the hinges on and have realized, kind of as we were suspecting, it is gonna bow a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but when I sat in it, it kind of sank down. So now we're gonna have to put some support back here.
Cool.
I love it. It doesn't even really feel that good, this air. It's just so hot. It doesn't offer as much of a relief as I thought it would. These were the original handles that were in the trailer, and believe it or not, they were one of my favorite things about the trailer. I just think they're so unique and cool looking, and I really wanted to be able to reuse them. But they are in rough condition. I actually think they used to be white in here, and they're just eroding and not looking that great. So we found a shop that will powder coat these and get them looking beautiful like new. We just have to go up there, drop them off, and pick out a color. I am hoping to do a bronze or brass color because that's what's gonna match the lights that I picked out. But if I can't do that, then I think I'm just gonna go with a matte black. But I'm thrilled that I'm going to be able to reuse these because they're just so cool, and it'd be such a shame to just throw them away. So we're gonna go drop these off and then come back, finish up this bench, and keep working on the wardrobe. Got a second bench. There's gonna be a little box thing that goes here. That's how it was. And it's just sort of to hide these cords and also make it more comfortable when you sit back. You have a little backrest here. It feels so small now that we've been used to going in and out. After the benches were done, Nick started working on the wardrobe and I started to think about the cushions. I went straight to the sales section at the fabric store and found some really nice velvet in a neutral color and impulsively bought it, only to realize later that I maybe wanted a darker color, so I went back and I bought the darker color too. I have never made cushions but I'm gonna attempt to do it. We ended up getting that velvet. It was on sale, so I just made the decision. I'm like, is this the right fabric? Is this gonna look good? Because I just am not confident, but we're in it now. So the next thing I need to do is figure out how to make some cushions and track down a sewing machine.
Own cabinets.
Got it? Woohoo!
All right.
Got the base of the kitchen cabinet.
What do you think of these?
Ooh! Oh wow. They look brand new.
I do like how much you can see this detail now.
Yeah.
Where before it was kind of lost in all of that, like whatever was on it before.
I know this hardware is very cool.
All right, we'll think about it.
Yeah, I'll think about that when we get home. Today we are going to get this shelf situation done. So if you remember, probably way too early on, we decided to do a cedar backing here for a shelf that's going to come out. This is where the shelf originally came out to. There were cabinets here and it came out about 16 inches. So that's what we built this up to have a shelf that came out that same amount. And it turns out that it was hard to find a board that was 16 inches. So we did end up finding one at Lowe's, but it's not cedar. And so it's not going to match, which means then we have to try to stain it. And that's where we're at right now, is we're gonna try to stain the board today and get that whole shelf done and installed. I picked out a couple stains. We have Golden Pecan. I think this is the one that I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna open this up, do a little test piece, and if it looks good enough, we'll go with that. And then I also bought Natural as a backup in case this really doesn't look good, but I'm hoping that I can just return this one. So I don't wanna have to open it if I don't have to. Part of the other problem that we had here was there was a bit of gapping between where this ends and where the ceiling is. And I just noticed Nick with his little fix. There used to be a little bit of a hole there. So I think Nick is trying to fix that. And then we're going to put a piece of trim just right here. Do I have a sample of the trim? This trim will go right here, all along the edge of it, and then it should look pretty nice. And then there's also going to be a lip on the shelf. This is a spare piece of the board that we bought, so it'll come and sit out like that. That looks pretty good, right? Okay, let's see. Did 2 coats of the stain. I mean, that's not bad. Let me put it up over here. Yeah, it's like a little too yellow, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think we're gonna get any better. Good enough for me. Actually, so this is the stain side, and then it looks quite different. Honestly, unstained, maybe it looks better. Hold on, hold on. What do we do now? Dude, I actually feel like unstained is better.
Get out of here.
So after this entire saga this morning, we are deciding not to even bother staining it. The stain piece doesn't quite match, and then the natural color doesn't quite match, so we're kind of just like, why go through the extra day that it's going to take us to stain it, because we realized that we couldn't even apply the polyurethane until 24 hours, so it was going to be a whole extra day. And it's still not going to match perfectly, so we're just kind of like, why bother with that? So we're going to do polyurethane on here, and that's going to be it. Do you want me to help you? mix, just trying to like cut off the edges so that it can slide back in there really easily. We have the little lip that is ready to go, so we're gonna attach all of that and then do the polyurethane on the pieces together. It is 7:11 and we are finally going to put the shelf up. We have these little brackets for the bottom in the middle so that it doesn't sag over time. And we put 3 coats of the polyurethane on it. Let me see what it looks like from down here. Yeah, I don't think those are bad at all. We took a break today while the polyurethane was drying to go quickly grab the new handles. Well, these aren't new, these are the original ones, and we went with the black. They look so good. I am so excited about this. I think it's gonna look cool because under the shelf here we have that matte black, and then the sink faucet is also matte black, so this will be really cool. This is a satisfying day. I mean, that's a good looking shelf. I like it a lot. What do you think? I really think it turned out pretty cool. We obviously decided not to stain it, and I think that that was the right decision because, well, yeah, it looks pretty similar here and then there, so I love it. Let's talk about the design of this space because this is the part that I am most excited about, and we're just about there where we need to lock in some colors and the feel that we're going to go after in this space. I had a hard time with this because this is a very blank slate. There is nothing to really organize the design around. It could be anything that I dream up, so that almost made it harder. And then add in the insane amount of paint color choices that is at Home Depot, and I was really overwhelmed. Part of the other issue that I had was that there are basically 3 rooms in one. So we have the table area where I'm currently sitting, and then we have a kitchen, and then we have a bedroom, essentially all in one space. And so I wanted there to be cohesiveness, of course, in the whole trailer, but then also kind of feel like you have different spaces. So to start, I wrote down a list of some of the words and feelings that I wanted this space to have. And so I'll just read you some of them here. Cozy. Earthy, that's the big one. I think when I think about this space, I really want it to be earthy and grounding. Moody, natural, relaxed, soulful. So those are the feelings that I'm going for. I knew right away that I didn't just want white ceilings, white walls, white counters, white table, white comforter. I really wanted there to be color and pattern and to have some moodiness. I landed on these 3 colors, which to me feels very earthy and grounded. And I decided I really wanted to do a darker color in the kitchen area. So that's gonna be this gladiator gray. It's kind of a greenish gray. And then I have this color, which is Explorer Khaki. I love the name of that. It's, again, I think a very subtle green khaki color. And then just an off-white, which I think will just be the ceiling. And then the walls will be this, and then the cabinets will be this, is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna kind of start with that plan in mind and then maybe adjust as we go. There's also gonna be a good amount of wood tones in here as well. So I think that'll bring in a little bit of warmth to this. And then I have to decide on cushion colors still, and I think the bedspread's gonna be kind of a rust color. My original plan for this trailer, I really wanted to do something with olive and terracotta, and I just could not find a way to make that really work. So for the table area, that's the area that I haven't quite decided on yet. If I want the benches to be the khaki color or the gladiator gray. Can't decide if I want to go dark or light with that, which will then determine the cushion covers as well. Do I want those to be dark or light? So it will kind of depend on the final paint that I choose. There's already a lot of dirt down there on these benches, and so I'm leaning towards a darker color, but I don't know yet. The kitchen, as you can see, this fun little flower backsplash, that is gonna be one big backsplash panel that we bought that's apparently fine for kitchen backsplashes. We'll just stick that on there. Originally, I was so not gonna do any sort of peel and stick tile, but then I found this panel. It'll be really easy, and if we hate it, we can always just peel it right off, so it's not a huge commitment. And then we have the butcher block, which we're hoping to do a little bit of a darker toned wood, and then the gladiator gray color. And then over in the bedding area, we have the kind of rusty color bedding. That's kind of an overview of the design and the feel that I'm going for in this trailer. I would love to know what you think in the comments below. Do you like this? Is this a good jumping off point? Let me know, because I'm eagerly awaiting your comments. I'm gonna get going on the off-white on the ceiling, and I'll wait to kind of see what you say in the comments for a few days. And then I'm gonna have to start making some decisions here. So please let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video when we start to paint.